Wow. This is incredible.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. When I was sitting back there in the second segment, I had this vision, this path, where it's almost like it was a pathway that had showed me that I was going to come up here. So even when you called me, I was kind of like, wow. And then the crazy thing is, when I was in the bathroom, when I was going down the escalator, the person earlier, he just so happened to run in. I'm like, that's interesting. And then from 2 years ago, a conference that I went to, my guy, Steve, he's over here. And I'm like, wait a second, I remember you. And he's like, yeah. And he was like, you're going to be in the hot seat. I was like, no way. But I kind of had this feeling. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, it's kind of interesting because it's almost like you have these signs and synchronicities that kind of happen throughout your
path of least resistance. It's like that's as much as you were ready to allow then. And even once we were pointing at you, you weren't quite ready to allow it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because even when I'm here, it's like I feel very tuned in, but it's also like there's still like this little part of me where it's like 95% I'm here, but like 5% of me is still kind of like doubting and so on and so forth. How does one get over that? Like, how does one just get over that?
By doing things on purpose and then connecting the dots when they play out. The first time Esther became aware of it was because of a telephone consultation with a very reluctant person who just wanted a crystal ball and wanted Abraham to tell her what she wanted to hear. So she didn't want to learn to be a deliberate creator. And so we changed the subject by getting her off the things that she was complaining about and on some subjects that she had no vibration about. And so we talked about blue glass and butterflies and feathers and annoyed her with every minute of it. And then she went off, and Esther and Jerry were in San Diego at the time. And in the next hour, Esther had this extraordinary blue glass and butterflies and feather experience that she wasn't even making sense of because it hadn't been about her. She was just sort of present. Jerry was not in the room, so he didn't hear it. But first, Esther found a store and said, let's go in. They were on their way to lunch. Jerry was so hungry. And she dragged him in, and there was blue glass everywhere. Esther didn't connect it. And then they went to lunch, and then they went down to the water's edge, and there's a big apron of grass, and butterflies surrounded them, just so intense that they had to stop talking not to eat them. And then a little boy came running up to Esther from far over there and handed her a feather. And when Esther took that feather from that little boy, it all clicked back into place for her. That these three subjects, of which Esther had no resistance whatsoever, that had been activated in her experience. And so these things that you are talking about, these people that you met, and it was just different things that were, as you say, on your path. You are always on your path. There are people showing up everywhere to assist you, everywhere around you. There is never a moment in time that there are either not physical or non-physical somebodies that are calling you toward where you want to be. But what keeps you from going? There's just a few things, and we have to talk about it. And they're not really strong in you, but they are in you. They are in everybody. One is, I need to prove myself, because somehow when I got here, I picked up this screwy idea that I was inferior to something, that I was supposed to be proving myself worthy of something. And so there's this thing going on in so many people that I'm really not enough, and if I were, things would be going better for me, and there's something that I need to be overcoming, and that is just bogus. That's just stuff that people who haven't been following their alignment, that aren't tuned in, tapped in, turned on, are then conjecturing about. Have you ever found yourself, or noticed it in your world, big time in your world? Has it ever happened to you where you found yourself speculating about something? Because here's this body of facts, and you didn't create it, and you don't know anything about it. You're not really aware of how it happened. And so you want to go to work on speculating how it came about. This is where conspiracy theories come from. It comes from speculation with no real point of attraction. Speculation is a big reason that so many people are blocking the help that is actively calling you. And the other, and this may be the biggest thing of all, it's the fastest way to say it, playing to the peanut gallery. It's believing in the power of numbers. So it's looking for human popularity. The more that agree with me, then the more right I probably am, which is the opposite end of the stick of knowing your value, knowing your worthiness, knowing your capacity. You see what we're getting at? This is our sales job. in asking you to trust your inner being and reach for the feeling of that connection rather than trusting other humans and reaching for the power of that connection. And you know, there are so many humans that are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, that they just light up and light up and light up and light up and light up. We're not asking you to be a hermit. We're not asking you to avoid contact with others. We're asking you to feel your way forward all the time rather than trying to game your way forward or get the upper hand on something. We want you to know you've already got the upper hand. We want you to know it's already laid out for you. We want you to know that you are worthy of it and that you didn't come to earn it. You already deserve it. You came to enjoy the unfolding of it. That's it.
You know, it's so beautiful, like when you're talking, and you know, I've had this experience like recently, these last few weeks, where it's just like, it's one satisfactory moment after satisfactory moment, and like I was trying to figure out words to kind of describe it, but like it's very difficult to describe. But I guess it's like I was telling my friends, I'm like, I guess the best way to describe it is like a constant, consistent orgasm, like consistent, like just where it's like you're just these beautiful feelings and emotions, and it's like one thing that leads to another, but it's like the most satisfying thing ever. And then like your life just unfolds, and it's like this happens, and this happens, this happens, and it's like wow, like this all just kind of like comes together.
On this segment of refreshment, Esther had her notebook, and she was writing. She was wanting to identify for herself those easy existing matches, those moments in time where she feels so lighthearted and so exhilarated. She was just wanting to isolate it, and she thought, often I'm in the car, often I'm on an open road, often I'm with friends, often we're playing music, and often we're laughing with each other. Not always, but that's really a surefire way. Often we've just had a great meal, or we're on our way to a great meal, but whether we're after the meal on our way somewhere, it's always this feeling of now what, and then somebody has an idea. It's the idea of where I'm going, where I'm going, where I'm going. And what we want to say to Esther, because she was just speculating that. She has so much experience with so many people, and she knows the feelings that feel the best. And what we want to say to Esther about that, in answer to the question that she was posing to herself and to us backstage on the segment of refreshment, is that your inner being is the reason for that lightheartedness. It's like you have found the trail to some place you said you wanted to be, and it's the celebration in advance of you on your way to where you want to be. And you're right, it's a never-ending thing. It's a never-ending thing. Once you get the vibe of that, it is a never-ending thing. So when you look out into the world, we've offered a lot of words today and ask you to do some things that don't feel that natural to you. We're asking you to feel your way rather than think your way, even though what you feel is about what you think. But if you're reaching for the feeling, you're more likely to find the thoughts, where if you're trying to sort out the thoughts, you're not as likely to find the feeling. Does that make sense? So if you care about how you feel, we're going to ask Esther to just settle down because she's about to shout it. If you will give yourself permission to feel good, if you will make it all right that you feel good, you live in an environment, almost all of you, of people who want to feel good but don't and don't know how. And when you obviously feel good, they emit an opposing vibration that you could translate into jealousy or envy, that you then try to compensate for to help them feel better. See how it happens to you? Where if you would give yourself permission to feel good, and even if they can't handle you feeling good, you would still feel good, because you came to be in service of everyone by feeling good, by radiating it, by promoting it, by encouraging it, by holding yourself steady, by always wanting to be an uplifter, by joining your inner being and your inner being's thoughts about yourself and about others, by knowing that they can do it and knowing that they are worthy of it, and no longer comparing and making anybody wrong, letting everybody be doing what they're doing while you are reaching into the plethora of stuff that you're all creating together, and you are moving in the direction that feels good to you. You can allow the world to be whatever it be's, and you can become what feels best to you. Just to bring that home in a really strong way, so many people, almost all people, want to be prosperous, but they talk smack about those who are, because in their not in the moment feeling prosperous, They want to push against the feeling that they have. So they're pushing against prosperity, which is something that they want. That's split energy. You want to feel good. And when you are with people who don't, and you want to give service to them by helping them feel good, so you give your undivided attention to them not feeling good, and then you don't feel good, now there's no one in this equation that is detracting from anyone what your inner being is calling from all of you. Does that make sense? You got to feel good to promote good. And if you're not promoting good, you're not being who you are. That's the long and the short of it. Everything that you want is because you want to feel good. And the reason you want to feel good is because you are good. And the reason you want to feel good is because you deserve good. And the reason you want to feel good is because you are good. And the reason you want to feel good is because good is dominant. And the reason that you want to feel good is because the absence of good is not good. The absence of good doesn't feel good. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't look good. It isn't good. It isn't who you are. It's an anti who you are. And so take a beat and don't try to remember anything you heard today. Too many words. Just try to remember, if you can, how you feel right now, because you feel the best right now that you've felt all day. You feel the most optimistic, you feel the most hopeful, you feel the most advantaged, you feel the most clear-minded. It feels the simplest and the easiest. And so now you're going to step back into a world that was not focused quite this way. But you're different now than you were before. You're not going to step into the world the same as you were before. You have, whether you know it or not, and whether you like it or not, you have had communion with your inner being. You have spent plenty of minutes here today in perfect concert, in utter resonance with your own source, purposes, knowledge, and being. And nothing in your life is ever going to be quite the same. So it's going to be easier for you to feel your own guidance system working for you. We've made it's your fault, bigger deal, it's your fault, of all of this than needed to be. This little child, read me a story. Oh, yeah. Read me more story. Oh, yeah. That's the answer right there. Go out with friends and you feel diminished. Find a way to go out with them and not feel diminished. Go out with them again and still feel diminished. Try to find a way to not feel diminished. Go out with them again and feel diminished. Never go out with them again. In other words, you're not going to make it better by getting sucked in to the opposite of who you are. We've enjoyed this interaction more than any that has come before. You're powerful, and you're closer than you've ever been to understanding your own power. Be easy about it. Take it easy. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete. Thank you very much. So good.